It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Please excuse us chowing down this morning, but we've got breakfast under the belt. Now let's get into the real gristle of this morning. Proteas captain Faf du Plessis admitted being embarrassed by the team's early World Cup exit. I think many of us share that sentiment, but is determined to fight on in the role, which does make me happy. Although South Africa have no chance of obviously winning the 2019 World Cup, they still look set to, or could, hopefully, possibly win their next two fixtures and spoil the party for someone else, most notably Sri Lanka later today. You were nodding emphatically, Mr. Jeremy Harris. I think what did I call you?
Hammersmith.
Hammersmith,
yes.
This morning. Jeremy, J-Dog.
Tell me something good.
J-Dog. First of all, what do you make of Faf's reaction to where we are? Because these poor guys still have to carry on. They're still in the centre of the cricketing world, of the media world. I mean, he had to kind of take it on the chin.
Absolutely,
Should he be stepping down, do you feel? Where does the blame lie?
I think it's a multitude of places that they're going to start looking, but I think that, never mind taking it on the chin, he might have to, fall on his sword. I think we used that analogy the other day.
Yeah.
And, that's just the reality of it. I think that a very disappointing World Cup campaign for the Proteas, who would have expected at least to get through to the last four.
Yeah.
And as we know, definitely not going to happen. In fact, I'm worried that we're going to be at the bottom four at the end of this tournament.
Yeah, quite frankly, because other teams seem to be hitting their straps. And we know, New Zealand have proven it. New Zealand have won more games in a World Cup than any other team, but they've never won it, I think. So, never mind us being the chokers. But it doesn't, winning every game doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win the tournament. It's about peaking at the right time. And of course, teams are starting to peak now, and it's getting really interesting. How do you feel about Sri Lanka? Are we going to upset the party, first of all? Do you think the Proteas could, in some weird way, now that we've let go of the psychological pressure, bounce back?
Look, it depends what team they put out on the park today, because I'm not too sure what the thinking will be in terms of there's nothing at stake other than national pride, which of course is very much an important factor, but there's nothing really at stake in terms of the tournament. And so do we a couple of the youngsters, have a bit of a run on the park and see what happens? I think
players will be playing for pride. It's
absolutely.
not just the team, and I read that in an article I was telling you earlier, where they said we no longer even have pride to play for, which it cut me deep. But these are competitive sportsmen. These are guys that understand they represent the brand. Surely there is an opportunity for individuals to put their hand up in this crazy kind of juncture, this gateway that we're going through.
I think South Africa's form suggests that they're going to lose today. I think Sri Lanka's form suggests that they are up for it.
Don't sugarcoat it, man.
So my view is that the Sri Lankans could come away with the win because they've got a whole lot more to play for. Yeah. And the Proteas are battered. They are battered. They are bruised, and I think that they're going to want to get through the next two games as quickly as they can.
Yeah. But we love you guys and we support you anyway. So who's making it into the semis? It's kind of gone wide open again now.
It has,
England,
yes.
Are they still a bit of a question mark?
Look,
our pre-tournament favourites?
Yeah, I hope that as the host nation they get through just for the sake of the tournament and the success of the tournament. But Bangladesh is lurking with intent. New Zealand, as you mentioned, Australia, and certainly India look like the team that will go all the way. So those are the four teams, maybe with Bangladesh, as I say, who...
Wouldn't that be cool?
I would love that.
Cool, man?
I would love that.
And you talk about frustration. You look at the way like Babar Azam and co were batting the other day, and you think, what's wrong with Pakistan? How are they not the best team in the world? Exponentially better than anyone else. They just looked like a class outfit. But Buddy, thank you so much. I actually feel quite light after that chat. I feel like I processed a lot, but we still certainly support the Proteas, their brand, who they are, the players, because we are South African, and that's the way that we're built. And we'll delve into more national sporting pride right now.